What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Listen, I'm scrolling down my timeline and I see hashtag surviving Hennessy. And I don't know what that means. I don't personally drink. I thought it had something to do with alcohol. But tweets start getting sent to me about a transgender woman supposedly outing all the men that she slept with and people claiming that they were tricked into having sex with somebody. Listen, it's a bunch going on. But apparently it started off like this. Now, this video has music, but I'm not going to play the music because it's copywritten. But it starts off with this exposed tweet right here. Okay, so she's exposing all the men that she apparently has slept with in the past. Now, there's a conversation to probably be had about, exposing culture and all these things like that. However, what happened. But as we sit here today, Hennessy Marie is the person in question. Now, there are a bunch of people from the Miami area who remember Hennessy Marie from before the transition. Now, mind you, Hennessy Marie is a transgender woman who is post-operation, but this is what Hennessy Marie looked like before somebody who is born a man, transitioned into a woman. And so this prompted many men to come out and decide to tell their story because they didn't want to be caught up or they wanted to justify the situation. So upon Hennessy Marie putting that story out there on her Instagram page, she then goes on to Instagram Live with a bunch of other people, and apparently this is sweeping the streets of Miami down in Florida.
Why you never told them niggas that you was a man?
She feels like a woman and doesn't think she has to say anything. I still
Why?
feel like
Okay, my whole thing is I just feel like that's disrespectful, Hennessy, because it's just like, bro.
But me and you had this discussion earlier, though.
Okay, but you on the live now. Why do you feel like okay?
I don't like doing is repeating the same thing over and over.
Well, you have a lot of people homes that you destroy, so it's out of you gonna. Oh, that's not your business.
No, it's not. And that don't got shit to do with me.
That don't have shit to do with you.
But you're exposing people.
Had this talk earlier. You said
you said you was gonna come on a live, and you said we did have a talk, and you said you was gonna come on the live. Stop making it seem like we had a different conversation.
Now hold on. Now, as far as exposing them for having sex with her, right? I don't think I necessarily agree with it. To the point of destroying people's homes, though, I don't agree. That has nothing to do with Hennessy. Hey, if you had a home to be destroyed, you shouldn't have been out there sleeping with anybody, whether it be a man, woman, transgender, non-binary, whatever. If you had a home to be destroyed, you shouldn't be sleeping with nobody. You should be going home and sleeping with whoever's at home. So the idea of her destroying these homes, that's none of her concern right there. But let's continue this.
I'm gonna let you know, everybody know what conversation we had.
Different conversation, because I literally told you, I said me and you have two different opinions on how we view shit.
Oh, okay. I told you to come on a live and tell your side of the story.
I will, but not right now, because I'm still looking through these pictures. That's what I'm
Not right now, and this ain't got nothing to do with you.
So ultimately, she comes out, she tells her side of the story, that she slept with some men, she exposed these men. Hey, it is what it is. So then, after that situation, many men come to their own defense. Now, I think a lot of them, more so than other, came to the defense of, hey, I was sleeping with somebody who I shouldn't have been sleeping with, not because they were transgender, but because I got somebody at home and I'm living off of them and they need to support me still, and I apologize for that. That's what I feel like they were doing. But let's hear them out.
Bling, like, come on, bro, like, that trans, whatever, bro. But it is what it is, though, man. Niggas gonna take my L. I ain't tripping, I ain't complaining, I'm still who I am, you feel me? But I ain't gonna change nothing, because I ain't no moss, I ain't no gay nigga. I don't breeze fucking niggas. Like, come on, bro. Like, come on. Y'all playing. Like, and me, like, man, I don't even be pressed to get pussy like that, bro. Oh, God.
Oh, really, buddy? Oh, really? You aren't pressed to get pussy like that. Well, some of the others that come out say that there's a whole group chat of guys, people that they know and people that they don't know, in which they essentially pass around different Florida women to potentially have sex with because these women are easy or whatever the case may be. At the end of the day, in the beginning of the night, my timeline was on fire about this situation. But ultimately what it comes down to is a bunch of transphobic rhetoric being spread across the timeline. These men had sex with a woman. Now, should they have been having sex with Hennessy Marie? Probably not, because as a lot of them said, they destroyed their homes. But that's only because they were in committed or semi-committed or the idea of committed relationships, and somebody was expecting them to come home at night and not be out there having sex with anybody, period, point blank. But now this is the opportunity to flip it on somebody else. I'm here to tell you these men did not get tricked. The rhetoric behind, hey, I got tricked by a man who used to be a man, or whatever the case may be. I'm not gay or anything like that. You're absolutely right, buddy. You aren't gay. You had sex with a woman. You didn't get tricked. You willingly went over there and had sex because your other friends who had sex with her told you, hey, this was a way to have sex. After this prompted many of other people to come out and speak on their situations about having sex with transgender and female identifying people. Famous internet comedian Stephen Joe comes out the woodwork with his own testimony about how he's getting extorted. And I think he delivers it, I want to say decently, but these guys are crazy.
I was chilling with these two females who I thought was females because they looked just like it. And, you know, shit like that. And, you know, shit happened in the video. It didn't get too far, but it went far enough. So now people, like, you know, they trying to play with my talk. Like, they trying to play with me. You see, I'm a victim of, you know, the bullshit.
In Miami, I done had plenty niggas in Miami. And Broward. Broward, my favorite.
I thought it was the same thing.
Like, I wasn't aware. So I'm spreading awareness about this situation that is really going on in the world. Seriously? The fuck? I have a high respect for the gay community, trans community, all that. You know what I'm saying? We're no better than anybody. Man, shorties, they had the titties. They was looking nice. The booty, you know what I'm saying? Looked like a female, man. A lot of they was looking decent. Like, a lot of niggas be confused, bro. Don't act like I got a scanner, like, to really understand what's going on. I ain't have enough time. I didn't have enough time. They look.
He said he didn't have a scanner. Boy, what? I didn't even know that there was a scanner for things like this. I live in Atlanta. I've never heard of the term scanner for these things. Maybe I'm not in the right circle. This is absolutely ridiculous.
From the time being in the situation. So I got tricked, nigga. Hey, come on, man. I am an actual victim. I'm saying be careful out here. This stuff is really going on.
Can I be honest with you guys right here? And I don't want to make this video too long. These guys did not get tricked. Period, point blank. Stephen Joe did not get tricked. That image that he showed in the bottom right corner of the snippet, Stephen Joe was receiving head from the woman who talked about having niggas in Miami and Broward. Received head from her. Now, I wish I could show some of the pictures that I saw in the thread, but they get explicit. This is a transgender person who is pre-op, meaning that they still have male genitalia. Genitalia. I don't know the difference. I don't between genitals and genitalia. Is it like a conjugated verb in Spanish? I don't know. But nevertheless, she has a penis. She has a penis, and I'm not gonna lie, it's a dick. It's a big one. But nevertheless, Stephen Joe cannot sit here and convince me on camera that he did not notice that this woman had a penis. I don't understand. You didn't get tricked into these situations. Honestly, men need to talk about their standards being lower if you truly believe these things. But I would go as far as to say this is what you like. Having sex with women, which is fine. Or having sex with more masculine looking women, transgender women. Like, these are the things that you like, and there's nothing wrong with that. Don't take this opportunity, though, to submit your homophobic and transphobic rhetoric. Like, that's crazy. You didn't get tricked in any situation. You knew what was going on. This is not okay. Like, coming to a platform and spewing this hate speech is the part that's not okay. Now, I will say here, though, with the Stephen Joe situation specifically, the person that he was having sex with tried to extort him. So I can't say that person is all types of perfect. It is what it is. They wanted to post revenge porn on Stephen Joe, so he went ahead and took it upon himself to post his own pornography that's out there. Hey, fellas, also, you're too old. Stop recording yourself having sex. There wouldn't be anything to extort if you ain't had the source material. But that person did try to put out revenge porn, so Stephen Joe went ahead and posted it himself. That's a completely different story about extortion. We definitely have to get into that. Ultimately, what I'm saying is you weren't tricked. You knew the situation. This is what you like. But when caught, when the tables start to turn on you, that's when you become homophobic, and that's when you become transphobic, or maybe that's when you let these things show. Ultimately, if you're saying that they looked like all you saw was ass and titties, I ain't gonna lie, I'm a man. I'm male identifying. I got a fat ass, buddy. I hope you're not getting bricked up around me. Listen, raise your standards. Those two women, I hate to be mean here, they were not attractive enough for me to give a second thought about even looking at as far as sexual desirability. And then ultimately, it's not up to them to tell you whether they are transgender or are a man or used to be a man or born a man or whatever. I personally do not think that it's up to them. Hennessy Marie had the surgery. She has a vagina. She identifies as a woman. She is a woman. Why would she need to tell you, oh, okay, when I was born, I was X, Y, and Z? Your intentions were to come over there and have any sort of productive conversation about sex or anything like that. Y'all sent her in a group message. Y'all were going to pass her around, as you say. So at what point in time did she even have time to say, hey, by the way, I was born a man. Are you okay with that? I don't think that's up to her, to be quite honest with you. It's up to the male to hold himself to a higher standard. And, you know, if that's not what he likes, then maybe ask those questions. Approach it differently than saying that you got tricked. Nobody played tricks. Tricks are for kids. You're a grown-ass man. Have some accountability, buddy. But hey, I could be wrong. I got a fat ass, buddy. I hope you're not getting bricked up around me.